Yo, so guys, welcome back to another video. This is another Your Name Tree reaction, and this one is the Cleveland Browns Professional Football's Lolcow. I searched a legacy of failure for this, so I assume this is like the same kind of series. It says a legacy. This is like a little playlist of the legacy of failure, so I assume it is. And I know this is very outdated because the most recent season, the Browns had kind of a resurgence in a sense. Like they did a lot better than they've done for the past, what was it, like 20 years or so. But I know this is still an interesting watch. It would just be fun to sort of look back at the funny times, the low times for the team. And I mean, I guess I don't know how they've done in the off season. Have they made any like big moves? Like what's going on with that? Like, because obviously from the last season there was a lot of potential and there's a lot of promise. And I'm just interested to know whether they've sort of built on that and it's actually like some real sort of chances of them doing something for the coming season. But I don't know, just let me know in the comments about that. But again, I know this is out of date, but still, I'm sure this is going to be a fun watch. And yeah, you know, Tree never misses with his videos. He's always a good watch. But let's just get into this. Let's see what this video is about. I know what it's about, but let's just see what he says. And yeah, man, let's just get into this. Hopefully, you're going to enjoy. Suggest some more reactions you want to see, some more sport reactions, should I say? And yeah, let's get into this one, man.
This is the best week of the season for the Cleveland Browns. Why? It's their bye week. Is there truly a more pathetic franchise than the Cleveland Browns? A culmination of years upon years upon years of bad trades, draft.
But this is why I'm quite happy for the fans at the moment. Again, I'm maybe speaking too soon. Maybe they've had a terrible offseason and I'm speaking without actually knowing. But this is why I'm kind of happy for the fans because they went through such awful times. The last season seemed like a sort of chance of something happening in the future. But obviously it's still fun to just see just how bad they really were. Like they had was it the 0-17 season or the 1-16 season? The 0-16 season or the 1-15 season? Like they had like 3 years or 2 years where they had like 1 or 2 wins in like the space of 2 seasons. It's just nuts to me. But again, they've came back and they've came strong, but it is still
drafting and management decisions is finally upon them. They have a chance for dubious immortality at 0-16.
Oh,
the
shit!
2008 Detroit Lions for gross incompetence on the football field. If you follow NFL football, they need no introduction. If not, here's a brief dossier of what happened to their franchise in the mid-1990s.
We have a signed contract in hand. The Browns are indeed coming to Baltimore.
Yeah, because they left and then came back, didn't they? As a new franchise.
Frankly, it came down to a simple proposition. I had no choice.
Yeah, this team had been shit on by the football gods enough back then. What with the title drought, the fumble, the river fire, the drive, and the glorious tenure of one Andre Rison. So there were several years of football dormancy in Cleveland after being completely butt-fucked by Art Modell.
I love his phrases so much.
That this would be their golden age.
I want to send a message to everyone who ever made fun of Cleveland, a message to anyone who ever told a Cleveland joke or laughed at a Cleveland joke. You can now officially shut up!
I mean, they got their franchise back. Drew Carey was on the field pumping up the dog pound. They got their quarterback of the future in Tim Couch. Truly, they would be on their way to returning to football relevance. And then they get shit-stomped in their home opener by the Steelers. Great stuff.
I remember seeing this as well.
But it's just one game, and they're a new franchise. That was a fluke. And then Dwayne Rudd decides to forget he's on a football field and allows the Chiefs to kick the game-winning field goal at the end of regulation. But it's only one season. The football gods can't shit on them every single year.
Oh God, Alvin, you are.
Oh boy, were we all wrong. Bottlegate, gross incompetence by NFL officials.
This is still one of the craziest
First-round pick
things I've seen
decides to be a fucking
okay.
idiot. Crashes motorcycle in parking lot. First-round pick decides to be a fucking idiot. Gets into numerous confrontations with the law. First-round pick decides to be Johnny Football. An insult.
Wait, let me.
Bottlegate, gross incompetence by NFL officials. First-round pick decides to be a
So he's a
fucking
first-round
idiot.
pick.
Crashes motorcycle in parking lot. First round.
He's a fan. Oh, they're all first round picks. Oh my days, they have had an absolute stinker, man.
Pick decides to be a fucking idiot, gets into numerous confrontations with the law. First round pick decides to be Johnny Football, an insult to the term fucking idiot.
Fuck me. This is still one of the most legendary clips I've made for me, man. I love this clip so fucking much. I still remember this was one of the first things I ever saw when I started reacting to the football videos, and it's just like, I just loved seeing this, and whenever I see it now, it's just a little sort of like feel of nostalgia for me, man.
I fucking hate the Browns. I hate the Browns so goddamn much.
Staph infections.
This
More
was
staph infections.
Well, that was boring.
The staph infection known as Johnny Football. Signed the top center of the free agent class, who suffers a career-ending injury on the first play of training camp. And he also got a staph infection.
You are a factory of sadness!
Signing perennial underachiever Dwayne Bowe for $9 million to make 5 catches. 5. A revolving carousel of head coaches, general managers, and quarterbacks. RG. Oh, wait, he re-injured himself walking to the podium. Never mind. And that's just some of the more egregious stuff from the revived Browns. Let's not even get into the drafting. Let's draft a quarterback and let him get completely pummeled and destroy his confidence. Make him so forgettable that fans cheer him being injured. Let's draft the big-name defensive end. We will be incredibly shocked when he's nowhere near as good as advertised. A defensive tackle that perfectly epitomizes the Browns. 0 fucks given. Let's draft a running back. We have no other holes on this team. Lineman from Notre Dame? We can't lose!
Yeah, you give a hell. I don't give a damn. He do the same thing to me. It's war. They will kill you. They're out there to kill you. So I'm gonna kill them. You write that in the paper. You write that.
Big game wide receiver? Yes, please! Only one teensy little problem. He's not exactly the greatest teammate. And
I could have everyone.
Linebacker! And he doesn't suck! Let's trade him!
First good player they get, he's like, "You're gone, bro. We don't need you. We just want the suckers."
Joe Thomas! And let's trade next year's first for another quarterback.
Now I'm done.
Yes, you are, Brady. You were done the moment you put on a Browns jersey. One of the best first-round picks Cleveland has ever made. No one. Congratulations! You have 2/5 of a good offensive line. Here's a truly elite cornerback. Let's waste his career. It's almost as if we know what we're doing now. And the football gods took a gigantic shit on him. Jeez. Trent fucking Richardson. It is truly a sight to behold. Like a horrific car crash. And for good measure, let's draft a 28-year-old quarterback in the first round. That won't backfire at all.
Drafting a 28-year-old
underachieving linebacker. Let's trade him for scraps. 2 radioactive.
How the fuck did you trade a 28-year-old in the draft? Or was it not? Wait.
Cancers for the price of 1? Sold! They have major maturity issues and may not actually care about football? Who cares? We've got Johnny fucking Football.
This guy, man.
He spent 6 figures on an analysis of the best quarterback in the draft, and they said it was Teddy Bridgewater. You stupid. The human turnstile known as Cam Irving, and Danny Shelton, with the magical power to instantly disappear. Fuck. This team has been managed by Lolcows. Some of the players have been colossal Lolcows, and they make knee-jerk decisions which are usually made by Lolcows. They are, as a collective, a gigantic Lolcow. Even when they try to cheat, they are unbelievably incompetent. This team is where players and coaches go to die. The city has become so radioactive to football players and coaches, you would think you were in Chernobyl. And the sad part is, I don't believe this is ending soon. Why? This man, the Lolcow version of Jerry Jones.
To be fair, it carried on for like 4 years, didn't it? They had just terrible seasons for years after this video, because it is such an old video, but again, the recent year has actually been a good one. And again, I am interested in seeing how it goes from there.
Say what you will about Jerry, the man helped to build a dynasty in the 1990s. What has Haslam accomplished? scandals and corruption. He wanted to go in guns a-blazing and change everything. And he did. Nearly every single year. The man has been through more head coaches in his tenure than the Pittsburgh Steelers have had in almost 50 years. Hey, maybe I'll be wrong and we can look back on this video as an archive of what was. Honestly, I want them to start winning. It's about time we look at the Browns as more than a recurring punchline, that their once incredible rivalries with the Steelers and Bengals can actually be competitive again, and create another massive rivalry with the Baltimore Ravens. I think a well-run Browns franchise would be great for football. If Donald Trump can become president, then even Cleveland can be a good football team. Or the football gods will continue to use them and the Factory of Sadness as their personal toilets.
This fucking guy, man. Fuck's sake. I just went to the straight one. It never usually does. Oh, it's because it's in the playlist, isn't it? But yeah, again, I've done a few Cleveland videos in the past, so it is sort of touching upon things I've seen before. If Donald Trump can become president, then Cleveland can be a good team. Holy shit, it happened. Yeah, actually, to be fair, it's true. POV, you're here after the Browns destroy the Steelers. Oh yeah, it was against the Steelers, wasn't it? So the rivalry's more than back now, isn't it? I forgot it was against the Steelers that they won. They absolutely dicked them, didn't they? Because the Steelers had that awful start. The terrible, terrible start. They did it the perfect season. As of right now, the Factory of Sadness has been closed. You're a Factory of Sadness. Jesus, my side hurts so much. Browns just humiliated the Steelers. To think this video made Urinating Tree famous here on YouTube. Really, over 4 years later, the Factory of Sadness out-boosted his beloved, not so beloved Steelers. My wife is an Ohio native, and my gosh, her whole family side of the family and the Browns. It's like a woman in an abusive relationship who stays in it for the kid. Linebacker, and he doesn't suck. Let's trade him. Who's here in 2020 when the Browns sacked everyone again? To be fair, at that time it actually seemed to work, didn't it? But yeah, man. I mean, they've had some dark times. I am curious. To, let me know in the comments. I've asked this 5 times already, but how have they been in the off season? Have they made any specific big moves? Is there any sort of feeling of them carrying on from last season? I'm interested in seeing that. But yeah, hopefully you enjoy this one. I'm going to be doing more of the sport reactions again. Like I said, suggest more videos that you want to see. And until next time, subscribe.